हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू द लाइव क्लास। तो कुछ क्लास में हमने एनसीईआरटी ज्योग्राफी क्लास 11 का फर्स्ट बुक फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ फिजिकल ज्योग्राफी कंप्लीट किया था। तो आज से हम शुरू करेंगे क्लास 11 का बुक 2 इंडिया फिजिकल एनवायरनमेंट। तो शुरू करते हैं। इसमें सबसे पहले यूनिट 1 इंट्रोडक्शन से हम शुरू करेंगे आज। चैप्टर 1 इंडिया लोकेशन। तो शुरू करते हैं। You have already seen the map of India in the previous classes. Now you closely examine the map of India. Mark the southernmost and northernmost latitude and the easternmost and westernmost longitudes. The mainland of India extends from Kashmir in the north to Kanyakumari in the south, and Arunachal Pradesh in the east to Gujarat in the west. India's territorial limit further extends toward the sea up to 12 nautical miles, about 21.9 km from the coast. सी द बॉक्स फॉर कन्वर्शन। इसमें नॉटिकल माइल्स का कन्वर्शन दिया है। उसके बाद है अवर सदर्नमोस्ट बाउंड्री एक्सटेंड्स अप टू 6 डिग्री 45 मिनट नॉर्थ लैटिट्यूड इन द बे ऑफ बंगाल. Let us try to analyze the implication of having such a vast longitudinal and latitudinal extents. If you work out the latitudinal and longitudinal extent of India, they are roughly about 30 degrees, whereas the actual distance measured from north to south extremity is 3,214 km, and that from east to west is only 2,933 km. What is the reason for this difference? Consult chapter 3 on the topic latitude, longitude, and time in the book Practical Work in Geography Part 1 to find out. This difference is based on the fact that the distance between two longitudes decreases towards the poles, whereas the distance between two latitudes remains the same everywhere. Find out distance between two latitudes. From the values of latitude, it is understood that the southern part of the country lies within the tropics and the northern part lies in the subtropical zone or the warm temperate zone. This location is responsible for large variation in landforms, climate, soil types, and natural vegetation in the country. Now, let us observe the longitudinal extents and its implication on the Indian people. From the values of longitude, it is quite discernible that there is a variation of nearly 30 degrees, which causes a time difference of nearly 2 hours between the easternmost and the westernmost parts of our country. You are familiar with the concept of Indian Standard Time. What is the use of Standard Meridian? While the sun rises in the northeastern states about 2 hours earlier, as compared to Jaisalmer, the watches in Dibrugarh, Imphal in the east and Jaisalmer, Bhopal, or Chennai in other parts of India show the same time. Why does this happen? There is a general understanding among the countries of the world to select the standard meridian in multiples of 7 degree 30 minute of longitude. That is why 82 degree 30 minute east has been selected as the standard meridian of India. Indian Standard Time is ahead of Greenwich Time by 5 hours and 30 minutes. There are some countries where there are more than one standard meridian due to the vast east to west extent. For example, the USA has 7 time zones. तो ये है इंडिया का मैप, ये तो आप सबने देखा होगा। तो नेक्स्ट ये है लोकेशन ऑफ इंडिया इन द ईस्टर्न वर्ल्ड। उसके बाद है नेम ए फ्यू प्लेस इन इंडिया थ्रू हुई स्टैंडर्ड मेरिडियन पासेस। इसमें लिखा भी हुआ है UP, Mirzapur, MP, Chhattisgarh, Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. India's area of 3.28 million square kilometer accounts for 2.5% of the world's land surface area and stands as the seventh largest country in the world. Find out the names of the countries which are larger than India. Size. The size of India has endowed her with great physical diversity. Thus, you may appreciate the presence of lofty mountains in the north, large rivers such as Ganga, Brahmaputra, Mahanadi, Krishna, Godavari, and Kaveri, green forested hill in northeast and south India, and the vast sandy expanse of Marustali. You may further appreciate that bounded by the Himalayas in the north, Hindu Kush and Suleiman ranges in the northwest, Purvanchal hills in the northeast, and by the large expanse of the Indian Ocean in the south, it forms a great geographic entity known as the Indian subcontinent. It includes the countries Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and India. The Himalayas, together with other ranges, have acted as a formidable physical barrier in the past. Except for a few mountain passes such as the Khyber, the Bolan, and the Sipikila, the Nathula, the Bomidila, etc., it was difficult to cross it. It has contributed towards the evolving of a unique regional identity of the Indian subcontinent. By referring to the physical map of India, you can now describe the physical variation which you would come across while traveling from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and from Jaisalmer in Rajasthan to Imphal in Manipur. Peninsular part of India extends towards the Indian Ocean. This has provided the country with a coastline of 6,100 km in the mainland and 7,517 km in the entire geographical coast of the mainland plus the island groups Andaman and Nicobar located in the Bay of Bengal and the Lakshadweep in the Arabian Sea. Thus, India as a country is a physically diverse land providing occurrence of varied resources. India and its neighbors. Examine the location map of India. You will notice that India is located in the south central part of the continent of Asia, bordering the Indian Ocean and its two arms extending in the form of Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. This maritime location of peninsular India has provided links to its neighboring regions through the sea and air routes. Prepare a list of India's neighboring countries by consulting the map. Sri Lanka and Maldives are the two island countries located in the Indian Ocean, which are our neighbors. Sri Lanka is separated from India by the Gulf of Mannar and Park Strait. Differentiate between a gulf and a strait. Do you think that physical barrier is a hindrance in interaction with our neighboring countries in modern times? Give some examples how we have overcome these difficulties in the present day. तो इसी के साथ हमारा आज का चैप्टर ख़त्म होता है और यह है इसका एक्सरसाइज. आप चाहे तो ये सॉल्व कर सकते हैं और आज के लिए इतना ही. थैंक यू. थैंक्स फॉर ज्वाइनिंग.